talking into the wrong thing. I'd like to invite John and Ib up from. I always forget the name of your company. It's Qubic. I always want to say Quantic or Quadric or something.
Yeah, it's not a very good. It's a surveying company, but you wouldn't know it from the name.
You're a surveying company, and you guys use the whole range of new technologies that are available for surveying to do all sorts of different interesting things, which you're going to talk to us about.
Yep.
Do you want to start with your first slide?
Yep. So we are building surveyors. We specialise in major loss insurance claims, which are things like fire, flood, and explosions. My background, I originally started as an engineer. I've been doing CAD for nearly 30 years, which is showing my age a bit now.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously always fascinated in things that make our job easier and quicker. So we use things like thermal imaging cameras, drones. We've spent a large amount of money and time over the last kind of 8 years kind of investing in drone technology. Mm-hmm. And what we found out is the drone is very exciting, but actually the really interesting bit is we are effectively gathering data. Mm-hmm. And we're turning it into digital data, which then
all of these different platforms.
Yeah, they all generate digital data, and then it's how we use that data to add value to our clients, basically.
Yeah. So should we look at some of the things that you do with that data?
So this is a kind of bit more of our typical workload. This is a fire damaged supermarket somewhere in the Midlands. It had a very serious fire. The building had been left empty for 6 to 8 weeks in the middle of the summer. And when we arrived, there was no lights, there was rotting food, there was wires hanging from the ceiling. These are pretty grim, horrible buildings.
Not a safe environment.
Not nice, and you want to spend as little time in there as possible.
Yeah.
And this is one of the first jobs we tested. We brought the camera, but we mapped this building, and basically we went in there. I think we were there for the best part of the day.
Yeah.
Wasn't nice. Poor Ibs, first time he'd ever been in a fire-damaged building. He's welcome to my world. But for us, when we are on site, we have to take full documented photographs. We have to measure it.
Yeah.
And then we've got to put, a plan together how we're going to fix this building, whether it needs to be demolished or how we repair it.
Yeah.
And what we found with this technology is we can very quickly map a building, and it will give us, effectively, we can generate floor plans from the data automatically. Right. And what would have taken, a week, 2 weeks for us to document and measure this building, we were doing in, talking like 24 hours.
Right. So what technology are you using to do the mapping in the first place?
Well, the technology, we've brought the camera with us, but basically it's using a combination of photogrammetry, which is taking lots of photographs, and then by using, the idea is if you've got a camera and you take a picture of the same thing from 2 spots, you can use trigonometry to work out distances and 3D data. Yeah. It's also using a technology called SLAM LIDAR. It's a bit confusing.
Okay.
Light detection and ranging. Basically, you fire a laser, it works out how long it takes to come back to the camera.
Yeah.
But basically, you're blending photographs with 3D point cloud data.
Right. So the LIDAR, and it rotates, I guess, and gives you a point cloud of where it's hit object.
Yeah, I mean the camera we've got with us, it looks like something from Fisher Price. It's quite simple. It turns round. It's got 6 quite high definition cameras. Uh-huh. It's also got 3 infrared emitters, which effectively transmits a red grid onto the building or the room. So as it's turning, it's kind of working out walls and linear edges.
And then you bring all of that data together into that visualization.
Yeah.
But you can also create a floor plan from it, where you used to have to survey the building, set up and measure all the points. And
we'd go around with, we've got laser tape measures nowadays, which are people think are really quite. But to measure a supermarket like this would take 2 men, probably the best part of a whole day, 2 days. Yeah. Then to put it into the CAD department and draw it up, you're looking at least a week to 2 weeks, where what it would have taken weeks, we're now doing it in days, if not 24 hours.
The business case for this, for the insurers, is that it provides a snapshot in time of the fire damage. And also they can work out from the images that we supply whether the claim is bona fide.
Right.
So if the owner is claiming for X amount of damage, they can actually see whether that damage is there or not. So and then later on, it becomes a data record going forward for any further future claims or any future insurance policies.
Right. So if something else happens and
Yeah.
It's because something wasn't addressed,
Yes.
or the claim is that it wasn't addressed, you can
Yeah.
show that it didn't need to be addressed.
Yes.
because you
So
have-
the value of the data is that it provides a better risk assessment
Yeah.
for the insurers.
Okay. And so that's the business model for this particular use case of using this technology.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, traditionally we've used 3D scanners which generate huge amounts of data, enormous amounts of data, and to actually give that data to your client in a way they can actually consume it and use it and understand it. I mean, this is basically, the product is hosted in the cloud, we send them a link, they can click on it on their iPhone, their iPad, they can look around it, we can phone each other, we can have, an online discussion together, and basically photographs don't lie, it is what it is. But the thing for us, not only is it a visual record, but we get geometric 3D data,
Right.
so we can measure it and quantify it.
But you use commercially available off-the-shelf technologies to do this.
Yeah.
But then you add an additional service to bring the data together and make it available for clients. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's an emerging technology. I mean, this effectively is the company who basically created this technology. Allegedly, they are the biggest VR company in the world. But, there are much more high-tech, sophisticated VR solutions out there, but this is very easy to consume. It's very quick. It's very easy to understand. And a lot of our clients, they're not, you're not sending them something they don't understand, they don't know how to use. So it's easy for them to consume.
Yeah.
But we can actually get some very precise information out of it. Yeah. And once we've captured a site, the thing is, we go around telling our clients we create digital twins of buildings.
Yeah, of destroyed buildings.
Yeah. I mean, this is the pretty sharp end of what we do.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at another one then. So it's kind of the other scale. Okay. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. This is kind of the other scale, isn't it? So this is presumably taken from a drone.
Yeah. So this is using the drone technology. This was we got a call from a client he's bought a farm and lots of land out in Italy. This is incredibly valuable wine growing region. And he basically bought this land, and then there was a local dispute where another local farmer had the rights to farm his land, and there became a bit of a land dispute about who owned what and what they're allowed to do. So it was a phone call. I mean, he's quite a good friend of mine, but basically I got a phone call saying, I need you out here with your drone. I think it was February when we had the beast from the east and all the trains were not working.
Right.
And he goes, I need you out here with your drone tomorrow. So I had to get in a plane with a drone, worrying whether I'd actually get it through customs. And basically I digitised a whole valley of a wine growing region.
Okay.
And this was a video of it coming back from his job, but basically when it's out there scanning, it's flying, taking lots of photographs. We then process it in a very
So this is the video feed from the drone.
This is the video feed from the drone, and then this is a sample of the point cloud it will actually generate.
Right.
So this is using photogrammetry, for us it generates very precise, accurate 3D data, which we can measure, analyse, process. And once we've got this data, there's a whole other ecosystem of how you can analyse it and actually add value to it, which is something that we can.
But the most important thing was that we won the case. It went to court and we won.
Yeah. That's what you want for your case study.
Plus the other guy who was trying to make the claim got actually prosecuted by the Italian Forestry Commission because we had such condemning evidence.
Really?
Yeah, he got my client. He won his case. It all went away, and the other guy got prosecuted.
Wow.
So
okay, beware.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is obviously a really fast emerging and developing field, and you're based here in the workstation, is that right?
Yeah, we're currently up in the 505 suite.
Yeah.
Myself and Ibs, he's from Manchester. I'm originally from Rotherham, but I'm a local boy. And I'm incredibly proud to be here. There's all these other technologies and business around me. I think it's, and what we didn't realise, because I've actually spoken at some big RICS conferences, this technology, construction and agriculture are the most backward digital industries in the UK.
Right.
They are, there's a lot of surveyors out there who are very good, but they have got absolutely no idea about this technology.
That this exists.
And it's quite.
There's a real opportunity here to use it right and to provide the data services and the visualization and customer service on top of it.
Yeah.
And actually, on the subject of agriculture, this is kind of applications that are emerging as a result of this, isn't it?
Yeah, because people get really excited about the drones, but at the end of the day, the drone is just a vehicle for carrying a sensor.
Yeah.
Now, a sensor could be a high-resolution camera, it could be a thermal imaging camera, it could be a laser scanner, it could be something that's measuring pollutants, it could be carrying, there's a whole raft of things. But one of the big areas, I think, is with drones is that to actually digitise farmland and agriculture and this kind of, and actually be able to analyse the light reflected off plants. It's quite a sophisticated area of science, and I think this is one of the big areas where this is going to go. I really do. I mean, obviously we measure buildings. Effectively, we're using this equipment to measure buildings, but the whole raft of, this thing we found that now we've embraced the drone and the digital scanning technologies has opened a number of doors and avenues we didn't even know existed, really.
Yeah. That are kind of unexplored. I mean, obviously there's work going on, but it's not common practice everywhere. And
no.
You see images like this and you think, if you could bespoke how you tend every unit of that land. I mean, individually, you could increase yields and you could increase.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We can, there's quite a lot of research gone into this that you can quite easily improve the yield and effectively the profitability for a farmer by at least 10% if you utilise this technology without using chemicals or enhancements, just by simply knowing which parts of your crop need more attention, where you've got drainage issues, even just for landscaping. But it's definitely a growing area.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah. Earlier on, there was a reference to Innovate UK. I think the gentleman here made the reference. What I want to say is that we are looking actively for problems, and problems in the digital mapping area, because we work very closely with Innovate UK, and there is on the 7th of October this next month, we're attending a briefing where £135 million is available for funding over the next 4 years for projects. So we're actively looking for problems that need a solution that we can work with partners. So if you have a problem that involves a digital mapping or digital space, 3D imaging and so forth, please come and talk to us. And perhaps we can form some form of collaboration and go to Innovate UK and say, give us the money. We'll do it.
That'd be great.
Yeah?
Fantastic. Okay. And you're at the back with some of your technology and some of the visualizations.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
John and Ibs, everyone. Thank you. From Qubic Aerial.